Hello everybody, this is Vic. Today I'm going to be doing a video about streaming settings, whether you're streaming on YouTube or Twitch, and to avoid the pixelations. So we're going to get started here. Let's jump into it. So as you can see, my OBS is set up. I have a section where I do console and PC gaming when I stream. Now for the best optimizations, I really didn't think this was going to be essential, but it is. And then you can go back and change the settings, but you want to optimize for streaming. So you're going to start here. You could choose cancel, set it up your own way, but I've learned that doing through optimize for streaming is actually going to be setting up the way that my configuration is with my internet and my PC to make things ideal. I think I did it with Twitch on this one. So right now it's going to say base canvas resolution. I'm going to say use current, and I prefer 60 FPS, and we're going to select next. I can connect my account or put my stream key in. I'm going to go ahead and connect my account. For this part of the video, I'm going to actually pause. Alrighty, so it's going to send me a token. We're going to pause so I can enter that as well. So it's going to say preferred hardware encoding, estimate bit rate with bandwidth test, may take a few minutes. So I'm going to do estimate bit rate with bandwidth test. We're going to select next. So it's going to configure everything right now. We're going to give it a moment. I know it takes a bit of time, but what it's processing right now is my internet speed, my GPU, my CPU, making sure that I'm able to do what I need to do when I go live without any issues on pixelation. I can post a link as well to my Twitch in the video below to show you the output settings of what it did and the quality. And I tested this with Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've tested this with Final Fantasy 15, mainly because they're pretty graphic, intense, hungry games. So I wanted to show how I achieved this. You can look at my most recent video as well on Twitch with the Dead by Daylight stream, as it's going to show you no pixelation while live streaming, and that was on PC. Alright, so we're going to apply these settings. If we look carefully, we want to look at this configuration wizard here. It says testing complete. The program has determined that the estimated settings are ideal for you. My service for Twitch, and this is my most recent server that I want to say closest server that I'm connected to because I'm in Texas. So the video bitrate automatically should be 6,000. That is a given for any Twitch streamer. The stream encoder, because I have an NVIDIA graphics card, 3080 Ti, mine is capable of doing the NVENC. So same thing with my recording encoder. My quality is going to be high quality, medium file size. Base canvas, it's going to be the 1080p. Frames per second, 60. I'm going to go ahead and select apply settings. So now we're going to see my, little presets and stuff. You can just drag these to the side if you actually want to do all of that. There's actually more in the dock here. So we could look at our stats if we wanted to. And I usually put that there. And we also can look at our activity feed. Personally, I put mine here. Alright, so this doesn't just work for live streaming when it comes to PC gaming. It also works with consoles. I just wanted to point that out. That's why I have the console game going right now. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to come to settings here. Now, mine, as I mentioned, is already pre-configured, but if you're wanting to change whatever it has set up for you already, you can actually come here and do that. Simple is going to be for most people who don't want to mess with everything, and that's totally fine because you've already optimized it. Now for me, I can go to the advanced settings. I'm going to change my encoder. I don't need to rescale anything because it's already at 1080p. But I am going to change my bitrate to 6,000 KBPS. I'm sorry. So we're going to leave that there. It said that our quality should be max quality. Our profile is high. I actually use look ahead, and my keyframe intervals are always going to be 2. So for me, after I've optimized everything, this is usually the ideal setting, and it'll actually be fine. It still gives me the same result that I want, 0 pixelation. But I'm able to play with these things a little more and optimize them because my graphics card is capable of doing so. Now, if you don't have a graphics card that is capable of doing this, you want to stick with what's already set on simple. It's a very easy way to avoid pixelation because it's already factored in your internet bandwidth, and it's factored in what your PC and your monitors are capable of doing, and that includes your GPU. You don't want to stress out your GPU if you are not able to do those things. So that's just word of the wise. I wanted to do an update on the OBS video. Now, this is just for streaming. Recording isn't really going to be a big deal, but one thing I do recommend when recording, to avoid file corruption, always do your recording format in MKV. The audio, you don't have to worry about. The replay buffer, you don't have to worry about unless you want to do a buffer. But these are usually going to be the optimal ideal settings. And I do use look ahead, which is why mine is showing you some pretty nice things. But if you went with simple, that's all you have to do. And you've optimized your stream for console and PC gaming. So I hope that clears up any confusion as far as OBS settings, avoiding pixelation. Thanks again for tuning in. And if you liked what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for your time.